Welcome into another episode of the Delco Duo. I'm one half of the Delco Duo, Monica Cryan.
And I'm Jenna Meisner, other half of the Delco Duo. So happy to have you with us on your Saturday night, nice and late.
Nice and late, another summer Saturday.
Right,
We love having you.
11:30 in the summer is like 9:30.
Oh, very good point.
You know what I mean?
Very good point.
You're just stay
relaxed.
up later. It
doesn't
lighter,
matter.
Darker. You maybe have been out for a little while. The crickets are singing.
Lightning bugs.
Oh, isn't that just
Or just
so
plain
nice?
old lightning, because this has been the most miserable summer.
We're describing a summer that doesn't exist currently because we've just been in this torturous chamber of storms.
Storms. But that's okay, because we're still enjoying it. Let's get to the debrief. So last week I traveled.
You did?
I traveled for the 4th, and man, I wish I was home. Wish I had stayed home. I had a grand old time with my mom and my sister. We had a great girls trip, but traveling, it just is like not it's all it's cut up to be.
Traveling's the worst part of any trip.
Yes, exactly.
I hate the travel. People who like to
jet set.
Yes, like the airport experience,
Yes, no.
like the plane experience. You and I are not the same.
No. I don't like it, and I like travel. You know, I enjoy going and visiting places, but I just hate travel now, especially. I really don't enjoy being on planes. I've decided any type of, and I feel like I've been on planes a bunch, and I still cannot get used to turbulence. Any type of
That
turbulence
actually doesn't bother me. I'm okay.
Really?
Yeah, and you know I'm a nervous flyer.
Yeah.
It's the takeoff, it's the landing. But once we're in the sky, the turbulence for me, I guess I've never experienced bad turbulence, so maybe that's why it doesn't bother me.
Oh.
I've had a few bumps here and there, but nothing where I've been scared.
I've experienced severe turbulence, so you would think that like a little turbulence wouldn't be bad, but now it's like any little turbulence, I'm like, oh, here we go again.
Well, we live in a very different climate
Yeah.
nowadays too, where planes are scary.
Yes, but so speaking of scary planes, I seem to have the worst luck. Every plane ride I have ever been on has been quite traumatic, and not traumatic, but there's always
dramatic about the traumatic.
But there's always a story. So we're flying into Santa Barbara, which turns out to be a smaller airport. And we're going in, and I'm looking, and it's very foggy. And apparently Santa Barbara always is very foggy. So I'm like, oh man, I can't even see. We're descending, and I can't even see the runway. And I'm like, this is going to be a problem. Here's the ocean. Here's the mountains. So obviously this is tough. This is tough for the pilots, and I know it. So we're flying in and descending. And then all of a sudden, I just feel us pick right back up. And I'm like, and crap. And he immediately, the pilot gets on and he goes, sorry.
Not happening.
Yep. He goes, sorry, I took the landing too low. And we're going to land
I don't need these stories.
I know. And he goes, we're going to land in Ontario. Everyone starts freaking out because we're like, we're in California. And I'm immediately thinking,
Canada?
Ontario, Canada. I'm like, here we go, Canada. Why Ontario? And then he comes, Ontario, California. Yeah. And I'm not very familiar, like with the smaller places in California. And I turn to the woman next to me and I say, are you from around here? Where's Ontario, California? And she said, it's right outside of LA. And I'm like, right. But is that like close to Santa Barbara? Like, are we anywhere near? She says it's about like 2 hours away from Santa Barbara. So immediately I'm thinking,
like, how am I going to get to Santa Barbara?
Yeah, like, are they expecting
from Ontario? Are they going to bus us?
Yeah. But so then we sit in Ontario for like a half hour, 45 minutes. And then they once again pick back up. They take off. And then we are flying to Santa Barbara. But I'm thinking, you couldn't do it the first time. Should I be trusting you to land the second time? I don't know. Isn't that scary?
At that point, there's nothing you can do.
Right?
There's nothing you can do. You can't. You just have to sit there and be a passenger.
I know.
Just have to sit there and be a passenger, and
so I mean, and you know what else you can do? You can pray, and that's exactly what I did. I just was like, "Hello, God, it's me again. Would you mind?"
Any like I shouldn't even say this. I'm not going to actually say it. I don't want to jinx my
No,
flying.
you're fine.
It's
all safe.
like in
It
the
is.
news this week, we were talking about how you don't have to take your shoes off anymore. And like that really bothers me. I still want everybody to take their shoes off. I don't care. And we have a former TSA
employee
agent.
Tyrone.
Yes.
One of our
And he
reporters.
agreed and said, it all falls now on these agents to sort of use their discretion. I don't like that. I just want everyone to take their shoes off.
If Jenna's on your flight, she's going to ask you to remove your shoes.
Before you get onto the plane, I'm going to stand there and I'm going to say, please take off your shoes. And now
what are you looking for, though? Do you know what to look for? Like weird stuff?
I don't know. I don't know what they're looking for. That's why I'm not a TSA agent, but they're looking for something.
Yeah.
And and now all the TSA pre-check people can't feel superior.
Elite. Yes.
Right, because they're always like in their line, like, it's like, well, now we're the same. The only thing that's different is you don't have to take your electronics out, and I don't even fly with electronics.
Exactly.
So me and you are one and the same, baby.
TSA pre-check.
Everyone take their shoes off. Okay, let's get to our issue. First one.
Molly from Media writes in, what are moms using to wind down at the end of a long day with little ones? I don't have energy to exercise, meditate, yoga. I love wine, but then I don't get a good night's sleep. Oh, Molly, this is a really good question because I feel like I am like adrenaline pumping still when I'm expected to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Because it's like
Well, the
running
bedtime
around.
routine is
Yes.
like in itself a marathon.
A marathon, because you're trying to help these kids wind down, but you and yourself are like, go, 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 go.
Yeah.
It's wild.
I think for me, reality TV. Reality TV helps me wind down. I put on a mindless show. I watch that. I did scroll for a while, but I don't know. I almost felt like time got away from me. Like a show is timed. It's 1 hour. It's over. Okay, I'm going to bed. Me scrolling sometimes could go longer than that because you're just so lost in social media.
And sometimes the scrolling, yes, you can wind down with that, but sometimes you can wind up.
Right. Social media is so scary too.
It's so scary.
All the stuff that's on there.
Or sometimes like I really do get caught up in like some of the expectations of it all. Like, the perfect moms. I'm like, I'm nowhere near that. And it's making me so upset. I got to turn this off. So that doesn't help. I think the reality TV.
Or a book.
Yeah.
Reading and reality TV are my two ways that's exactly what I do before I go to bed. And I find that that's helpful. I also started taking magnesium. Okay. Magnesium has helped me wind down.
Jenna's just given all the good tips.
I was having trouble sleeping. I was having like a bout of an insomnia. Remember that? I was getting like 4 hours of sleep a night and it was so terrible. And I, was looking for ways to help. And I just started taking magnesium. And apparently that's like a very, like everyone knew like, oh, magnesium helps you sleep.
Right. This was like a trade secret.
Right. That was news to me.
Moms.
But that's what I've done.
Okay. Eugene and I, every night while the kids are watching their time of TV, we also have our time of TV. And it's not reality TV because that doesn't help me check out. It's usually like a documentary. And I just feel like it just really helps me. But I don't blame you. Meditation and yoga, no, that will not help me.
No, that's right before bed? No way.
Nope.
All right, coming up next, we are talking about neighbors and porch pirates and all of that mixed into one.
Okay, stay with us. All right, and welcome back to the Delco Duo. Nature shows. You know how I was saying like documentaries?
No, those get my adrenaline pumping. Like the prey versus...
No, you don't have to do that.
What is it?
Not like
the hunted
not
and
like
the prey?
the hunting shows, but like Nova, like watching like about planets and stuff. Oh my God, those are actually really good.
That will put you to sleep.
No,
that will put you to sleep.
Not like that. They're very good.
Recommendation.
Or like ancient Egypt stuff. Watch those. Those are mind blowing.
No, that's very specific to what you like.
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna work for everybody.
Things. Oh my gosh. So good.
What was the one that was like Planet Earth? Remember when that came out and everyone was like, but I think people were also helping themselves. They were like dipping in some
mushrooms.
They were dipping into some things.
I didn't need that. Naturally stimulating.
I don't know. That came out in college, and I just remember people being like, I'm going to get high and watch Planet Earth. I'm like, that's great.
I remember that. That was so funny. People would just, come on, guys, let's all gather. All right. Next issue. Ronnie,
Monica's brother, also known as Rodney.
Rodney from Rutledge. All right. My neighbor has a serious problem with theft. I have a secret camera in my front and backyard. They stole my package. Should I confront them after I just had them over for a party? So what, their neighbor's a klepto?
That's what it sounds like. At this point, if you're stealing a package, I feel like every house or a neighbor's house or across the street has some sort of surveillance. Like, you're going to be seen. Mm-hmm. I just feel like that's the Ring doorbell, like just all the different things that have developed over the years. Everyone can see front porches.
Yes. Being a klepto is very dangerous nowadays.
Why are you going right to klepto? Oh, serious problems with theft. Okay. I understand now.
Right?
It seems like it's reoccurring.
Right.
I thought this was like
klepto.
a one time.
No.
Klepto. Okay.
Even if it is one time, or they only have captured it on camera one time, my guess is it's another. They've done this other times. I don't know why I'm saying klepto, but stealing nowadays is very dangerous. You will be caught.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean.
For the most part, you will be caught, just because of surveillance. So,
and like,
I
if
would
you are a
recommend
klepto,
against it. It's very silly.
If you are a klepto and you can't help yourselves, like, go to the next block over. Why do you have to make it so awkward with your neighbor and steal their package because you are directly next door to them?
Yeah, that is so.
Not recommending you steal, but if you're going to, go somewhere further.
Right. But the identification is very silly. But I think that's the whole thing, is that they get like this adrenaline rush and they can't help themselves. That's like the whole thing is like they can't help themselves, which is weird.
I don't know. That's so hard when it's your neighbor and you just had them over for a party. How rude is that?
That is so weird. That's such a weird thing. I can't believe.
Have you ever known like a klepto roommate? Like, I feel like there's a lot of klepto stories when it comes to college. Like, they take your clothes or take your
and you know it's
makeup,
them, but they won't like admit to it.
Yeah. So what do you do?
No, you definitely confront it. You see them wearing it and you're like, that's my shirt.
Right. I wonder what the package was. Like, is it something that they're going to see?
Yeah. And you're like, I can just see that you.
If you have the footage,
set up my basketball.
Yeah. Hoop. It's Amazon Prime also. Like, who knows? They probably, like, you get weird stuff with Prime. Just right. It's like, oh, it's on sale. I got to get this. But I think if you have the footage, then you just knock on the door and say, I've got you on camera.
Unless it's like a
dangerous
situation where, it could get like hostile. Yeah. And then in that case,
do you go to the police though on your neighbor?
If it's an expensive thing that you maybe could, file as a report. Because if it has like value,
you get the authorities involved. Like, this is a strained neighbor relationship forever. It's already problematic if they're stealing from you. But if you call the cops on your neighbor, like, I don't think there's any chance of a normal relationship after that if you get them in trouble with the law.
I know of an instance of two neighbors, and it got so bad with surveillance that they put up like a tarp in between.
I mean, neighbors.
And then they had like signs that's like, you are under surveillance, just to remind the neighbor that they were under. And I'm like, that is so messy right now.
Neighbors
you know what I mean?
kill each other.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like,
yes, they do.
Neighbors, like, when you watch those true crime shows, like, it gets to a point where neighbors will murder each other.
Right. It's land.
So that's why
like land and land.
That's why you got to tread lightly. I don't know.
Countries go to war over it. Neighbors, bam.
You text them because clearly you have their number. They've gone to a party.
You know what you could do? Play dumb.
That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Did you see my package? I
Yep.
saw it got delivered on my cameras.
On my cameras. Let them know you know, but you're going to play dumb first.
Right.
And then
make a trap.
Yep. Wow. what good advice the Delco Duo is giving.
It's what we do every Saturday night at 11:30. Okay, coming up next, we've got one of our own issues to talk about.
Stay with us. All right, and welcome back to the Delco Duo. We are on TikTok, YouTube, and PHL17.com. Our TikTok doing very well.
It's getting a lot of comments. We post a lot of the stuff from the morning news too, though.
Yes.
Our daily duo segment there,
which if you don't know,
8:25-ish, Monday through Friday, where we just talk about things that are trending. That's sort of a play off of this show, because the show's so successful that they thought we must bring it to the morning news.
We must bring it to the morning news.
Well.
And so we post stuff from that too. And that reaches really many people from outside of Delco, and they are so confused by us outside of Delco. They're like, what are you girls talking about?
That's what we want. I think even people...
Why would you say such a thing?
People who turn this show on for the first time, they could be in the heart of Delco, and they're still so confused by us.
What we're saying and the controversial things we say.
On this journey, we thank you for that. Yes. And if you keep coming back, we thank you for that as well, because we know sometimes we don't even know what we're talking about.
All right, let's get to our own issue. Meisner needs an advisor.
So I'm going to keep the anonymity of people and places, because I think it would be like a HIPAA violation. Not that I'm a doctor, so I don't know that I could I do that? I don't think I could. I think you got to be a doctor to do that, to like actually have a violation.
Ooh.
Right? I don't think like a average Joe, unless I was a nurse or something.
Yeah, but I think you're right. I think you doctor-wise, but we
don't have to worry about that. So I had a doctor's appointment recently. What are you laughing at?
Because I'm wondering.
Now you're wondering if a normal person,
like if it involves like the waiting room.
Can a normal person get
talk about a waiting room at a doctor's office?
No, they're saying no in the control room. Can a normal person get a HIPAA violation? Let's see what it says.
Let's see.
Okay, violation. I can't spell. Yes, a normal person, meaning someone not directly employed by a covered entity or business association, can be held liable for a HIPAA violation. But it normally regulates healthcare providers, health plans. Okay, I'm just not going to say where I was. I was at the doctor's. I could be anywhere.
Yeah.
I could have been on Mars at the doctor's. And so the waiting room is tiny. So I get in there and there's only one seat open.
Mm-hmm.
So I check in and I sit down next to this woman, and this person, I shouldn't even say if it's a man or a woman.
Yeah.
It's a woman.
We are getting into the weeds.
And I sit down next to her and she says, "I'm so sorry. I have a rare skin condition that emits an odor." It's the only chair open in this waiting room, and every other chair is taken. So at this point, I don't want to like make her feel embarrassed or weird. So I say, "Oh my God, no worries."
Oh, that's so sweet of you.
I've already started to sit down. So what am I going to do? Get up and
you can't
stand?
You can't.
So I sit down, and I think everyone else in the waiting room, she must have like announced this, because everyone in the waiting room was kind of like staring like, oh, what's this girl going to do?
Yeah.
So I sat down, and at first it's not bothering me. I don't really notice it because I'm trying not to. Like, I'm not like leaning in.
Yeah, no.
And then it starts to hit me.
No.
Like, wow, this is true.
Oh my God.
So I'm sitting there and I'm just praying.
Poor woman. That's tough.
Right. And she was talking to me because she was having trouble like checking in, because it's like a kiosk, and she's a bit older. So like, I get that, like the kiosk check in. So she's like asking me questions, and I'm like trying my best just to talk to her and like act like this is not a problem.
This is not a thing. It's not an issue.
So then they call her back to like check her in, and like she shows her paperwork and whatnot. And they've got two sort of like cubicles where they're checking people in beyond the kiosk. And she's talking very loudly, and it's a small waiting room. And she's saying to the woman like all this stuff that she needs to get done. And she's saying, yeah, I've got this weird rash. It looks like the measles. And, the doctors can't figure out what it is. And at times it's bleeding. She's explaining this in detail. And I am now sitting next to her empty chair. And it's warm out, so she had on like, short sleeves, shorts. I didn't notice anything beyond.
You don't want to be too covered up. Right. It's really hot out.
It's really hot, and I'm not focusing on you because I don't want you to feel like I'm looking for this skin condition that you have. So she is exposed, and then they bring her back into the room and whatnot, and then the lady calls a person in between, me. They call me next, but they called a person in between us, and he sat right on the chair, like his legs are also exposed.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, is this like a contact type thing? So
yeah, you wish she had almost wiped down the chair when she was
what I
gone.
was thinking. I'm like, is that the nurse's job to do that? Is that like after she has described this thing?
After she had described it to the person.
It wasn't on her legs, I guess. Like it wasn't noticeable, at least on her legs. I don't know where it was. But anywho, then I get called. So I'm sitting on the chair. I'm literally sitting on the chair, like on the very edge. Like I've got one cheek. Because I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. Like my legs are exposed too because it's warm out and everyone's wearing shorts. Long story short, they ended up quarantining the room that she went into off so nobody else could go in there. But 2 people, a young boy and me, have now sat in this chair that she was sitting in. So my question is like, what should they have done there?
Yeah.
They should have moved the chair.
Right.
I don't know. It was the weirdest, grossest experience I've ever had.
Oh, that's such a shame. It was nice of her to identify in the beginning the smell, but she should have identified much more than just the smell.
Well, that's been weeks ago, and I've been okay, so I don't think it was contagious.
Thank God.
Now I'm gonna touch you.
I know, right? Now you're telling me this weeks after. All right. What site in Delco was just unveiled as the future largest public park in the county? All right. If you didn't know, a site in Delco was just unveiled as the future largest public park in the county. The old Don Guanella on Sproul Road, now called Delco Woods. We have something to look forward to, Jenna.
I just passed this the other day.
Yeah.
You told me about this, actually.
Yeah.
And it is so much space.
Yes.
And the building is totally dilapidated. Like it's boarded up.
Something needs to be done.
Yeah.
Because it's such a beautiful space. You might not be aware, so Don Guanella on Sproul Road, whatever you want to call it. The front of it is nice, but it extends way back.
Campus.
It's huge. Yeah. It's huge. And it's really wooded area that I think they're going to turn into this really, really useful park.
And it'll be, what did we say, the largest public park. So I'm sure they'll have like a bunch of different, which is interesting.
Trails, they said, though. They said it's going to be trails too. So people are, I think concerned that they're going to, level it. No, they're going to keep a lot of the trees.
But it is off of such a busy road, which is interesting to me. When I think of like parks and it's sort of like a quieter area, like Sproul to me is like real.
The front will be busy. But then I think when you get
pushed back,
I
didn't even realize that it went all the way back into
the
woods.
I'm glad because, Don Guanella was a very useful place at the time. But now, it's no longer in use. We got to do something with that area.
And make it look beautiful.
Yep.
All right. Delco Duo at phl17.com. Best way to get in touch with us. Comments, issues, trivia.
Yes. All of the above. We love to hear from you. Where does the time go?